Hey, this is a blog going out to all you climbers, you active, physical, mental cases. Climbing, great sport, very, 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 very popular, believe it or not. I know quite a few climbers that take it very seriously. They're up on Dartmoor, hanging upside down with a little thing that's going to save their backs if they fall. Mental. But about climbing, a good friend of mine, Gary Robinson. I've known Gary for a few years now. Straight talking, honest guy. I get some very good feedback with him. I tend to use him as well as other people who I know are going to be honest with maybe his new product ideas, things I'm thinking about bringing to the range. I know on paper they work, but there's nothing better than human feedback. And with that, honesty is the key. So if something tastes rank, I need to know that tastes rank. I might love it, doesn't mean everyone else will. So Gary's pretty straight talking, he's an ex-Marine, and he loves his climbing. He likes his extreme sport, but he is mad on climbing. He climbs down in Kingston with a club called the White Spiders. Salute you guys, you're all nuts. And he rang me up the other day out of the blue. I think he was travelling back down to the West Country. I said, Mark, I want you to do a little blog on climbing because there seems to be nothing out there for us in terms of nutrition. Now, I've worked with Gary on and off, like I say, for the last couple of years. Gary's done a Pure Elite physique show, did brilliant, got ripped down and shredded for that, which he hated me for because he likes his food. He was on limited calories. But fair play to the guy, he's one of these guys, there's no fear. Gary, let's do this. And you're like, yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's see what goes. So, if anyone who gets on stage in front of thousands of people in their pants, my respect, because I couldn't do it, even have the best body in the world. Climbing. What do I know about climbing? I know it's a very, very, very difficult sport. Your power and endurance need to be absolutely top level. Your ability to resist lactic acid, and certainly suppressing lactic acid is going to be one of the keys with you guys. From a climbing point of view. If you look at your body weight to your power ratios, they're off the chart. I mean, to be hanging upside down on a little finger and then get your foot round your ear and hook it in up here and pull yourself up, man, we're talking gymnastics and climbing and that kind of thing. Body power, unbelievable. So, my recommendations for climbing, even though I've not climbed, I kind of have training knowledge, nutritional knowledge. I know what sort of muscle groups the climbers guys will use. First of all, I would look at certainly grip training. So get yourself grippers, definitely from a point of view of hanging on for dear life. And if you slip or go or give in and there's a big drop, you're probably going to die or injure yourself. So grip training, first thing I would do. And I would do that quite regularly, up in the power. You can get some really cool little things where you can actually adjust the pressure, so you're getting better and better and better at that. Driving to work, use it, do it. Go, absolutely, sitting in the office behind a computer. Why not? You're not doing anything. You're not doing pull-ups or anything upside down. Then we go to the training. Now, with climbing, there's a lot of pressure, particularly on the forearms. The forearms take an absolute kicking, hammering. And that's where the lactic acid tends to build up, is those forearms. So there's a few little tricks you can do in the gym if you're in a gym or you've got a set of dumbbells knocking around in the garage or the house. A couple of the things would be things like reverse curls, which will help your biceps but also help your forearm development. Wrist curls, which again will work the forearm muscle, so you're building up that intensity. Now that's the key, is intensity. So when it starts to burn, go through that burn, and this is what I would like you to try. When you get the burn, most people, take the typical kind of the bodybuilder guys and ladies I work with, these guys have developed a capacity to, the really good ones, to push through that pain threshold. When your body's screaming stop, it's hurting, stop now, you go away. I'm going to do another 1 or 2 reps in that pain threshold. Climbers, this is slightly different from you. Once you start to feel that, I don't know why I'm doing that, I'm still on the grippers. Once you start to feel that pain, that's basically lactic acid starting to develop. Your body goes into a different state in that particular area, you produce lactic acid. Lactic acid will fatigue your muscles. So if you're hanging on for dear life and you've got that burning in the forearms, you're hanging and your back's in bits and pumped, you need to be able to go through that pain threshold. So in your training, as lactic acid starts to kick in, I need you to then push through that threshold. Now, most people who I go down the gym with and we'll have a workout and I'll show them a few bits and bobs I've picked up over the years, I get them into that state where we can get 1 or 2 more reps out. And the people that can push through that pain threshold for 2 more reps, boom, they're mentally strong, they're tough. You guys, you need to go beyond that. I want you to try and think about when that lactic acid kicks in, that pain, that burning sensation kicks in your muscles, to then start counting. That's when your training's going to start. So you get to that point, I'm doing this again, I know, where say you're doing reverse curls and it's burning. Once you start to feel that burn, get between 10 and 15 more repetitions out. It's going to be agony, but your body will get used to that lactic acid. So train pull-ups. Don't just do your variety, narrow grip, wide grip, reverse grip, forward grip kind of things. You're using the muscles that you are using. Flexibility, stretch, and stretch. Like I said, you've got to get your leg around your ear to hook onto something up here. You need some flexibility. You need a tough core. So work the core muscles in the body as well. Think about the muscles you're using. Let's start training those particular muscles, So lactic acid. This is a zone you need to be training in, for sure. Okay, supplements. Gary asked me, right, I've worked with Gary on his nutritional program, and he's gone from strength to strength in his climbing. He's enjoying it more. He's getting more grades in terms of higher graded climbs. He's just loving the sport. He speaks very highly of the club he's in and the guys that are down there. Very, very popular club. And let's look at some sports nutrition that you might benefit from. I think you will. First, basics, protein. Gary's a massive fan of the lean whey. The lean whey has 3 different types of protein in there. It's got the whey protein that's going to feed the muscles after a climb very quickly. It's got a soya protein there, which is a complete protein, so it's got a complete amino acid profile. That's going to hit you in a second wave of muscle building, muscle repairing on a microscopic scale. Muscle tissue you're ripping whilst climbing is going to get repaired. You're going to go and climb better next time, stronger for longer. And then you've got a casein, which is then another wave of protein that hits you a few hours after. So you're getting predominantly 3 different sporadic elements where you are repairing. It's actually got some fantastic fat burning nutrients in there. So the other thing that's going to do is you guys need to be lean. Okay, you need your body fat. Look at typical climbers. You talk white spiders. There's no fat on these guys, but we want to actually make sure that you stay in that condition. So with this, you've got your CLAs, L-carnitine, green. The lean whey has nutrients in there that's going to actually encourage your body to burn fat as a preferred form of energy, which is perfect because you'll stay lean, you'll get leaner. Those 6-packs you guys all walk around with, absolutely cool. So think of a protein after training, or something like we're bringing out a new product soon called Replan. That will be absolutely perfect for you guys as well. You take a sachet of that, neck it after you've had a climb or a gym session, job done. You're not bodybuilding, you're climbing. So this is perfect kind of thing for you, Replan. Keep an eye out for that in the next few weeks. What else? What other supplements? Well, we do things like a pre-trainer, Pump 500. No, keep away from them. No, you don't want to get pumped. You don't get so pumped you can't move. So don't go down the pre-trainer line, because it's usually our pre-trainer, we load it with things that are going to increase nitric oxide production, vasodilation in the muscles. Basically, you'll get a better pump. Fantastic for you bodybuilding guys, but not climbers. You don't want that pump. So what do you want? There's actually 3 products that I would consider if I was a climber. If I was getting into the sport, or if I was actually really excelling at the sport, enjoying the sport, and even going into club competitions and beyond. I would look at something called Creavol. Creavol is fat-soluble creatine, and it's quite sublime in terms of its absorption, and it's about getting creatine into the muscles. Now, creatine helps suppress lactic acid, which is what we were talking about. Job done, awesome. It increases something called adenosine triphosphate. So when you need that power, when you've got to make that 3-foot leap with your little finger to get there, and that explosive power, ticked box. Creatine will help that in the muscle cells. It will explode. It will help you explode and be powerful. So Creavol, absolutely. It will be absorbed in certain trials, and these were certain trials, so this isn't me going, it is 50 times more absorbable than normal creatine. In certain trials, it was shown to be up to 50 times more absorbable on a cellular level than normal creatine monohydrate, which is off the chart. If, this is where the nutrition, the knowledge, and the power comes in, if you take it with a meal that contains fats, nuts, peanut butter, fats, general fats. So you need some sort of fat laden meal, essential fats. Take it with a glug of, take it with one of our essential fatty acid pros or something like that. It's enough there to enhance that absorption. We don't want extra water. So creatine monohydrate, there's an element of creatine monohydrate, fantastic. If you're a bodybuilder and stuff, brilliant. If you're a climber, I wouldn't, because creatine by nature attracts water. Now, if you're getting absorption, like Creavol, into the cells, that's cool. It's going to actually take that subcutaneous water and water you're hydrating with into the muscle. You will be stronger, fuller. Water's great at getting rid of toxins out of the body. It will flush the system. So Creavol, you won't get that water retention. You don't want extra water, that water retention, hanging around. It's just extra weight. I mean, you don't go climbing and put weights on your back. Well, you might, but then you're in training. Do not take creatine monohydrate. We do it. We do a micronized, which is very important. I'm saying don't take that if you're a climber. Look at Creavol. Much, much better suited to you guys. What else have we got in our range? Well, we've got another product which is, to me, so underrated. It's incredible, and people like cyclists, endurance athletes, and particularly climbing nutters, you guys, beta A, it's an amino acid that's called beta alanine, and the way that beta alanine works in the body is quite bizarre. It will create an environment where your lactic acid is being suppressed. So by that, as you'd normally get lactic acid and you start a tire 3/4 of the way up a wall or a mountain or rock face or whatever you're doing, and that's the key time. That's when mistakes happen. When you become muscularly fatigued, you make mistakes, Well, beta alanine will suppress that, so it keeps that environment of power, endurance, and your arms aren't about to drop off for a little longer. Beta alanine, if you ever do take it, I would at least take it for 12 weeks. That's not me trying to flog you 12 weeks worth of beta alanine. I'm just informing you of the best way of taking beta alanine. It is like a snowball effect. You will get better and better and better. You put beta alanine with that training regime of lactic acid threshold, you will condition your muscles to be able to go to another level. Absolutely. So beta alanine, definitely have a look at. I think I've done a blog on beta alanine. I think it was more for the endurance athletes, but absolute climbers, you guys, lactic acid is your enemy. If we can find a way to neutralize that or suppress the release of that or delay that, you guys are going to just beyond another, you're going to get to another level, in fact. So you've got that, I said 3 products. So you've got your protein, your basics, your beta alanine is worth having a look at if you're really into your climbing or you want to improve in your climbing. You may have hit a plateau in your climbing. Beta alanine for sure. And the third thing is Night RS. Recover, recover, rest, sleep, recover. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get better. You're going to enjoy it more. You're going to be more competitive if you're competing. So Night RS is a formula that we've really maxed up the strength on that. There's other ones on the market, very similar, but are a weaker formula. This is a therapeutic strength. You take 2 of these little capsules, Night RS capsules, half an hour before you go to bed. Feedback I'm getting from bodybuilders, which are really aware of this kind of product, incredible. Recently, a good friend of mine, Dan, cyclist, and he is a cycling nut. He plays all sorts of things, squash, cycling, he does it all. He's tried it for the last few days, and Dan doesn't take any supplements at all. And he actually got it, didn't get it off me, he got it off a bodybuilder who he works with to try for a week, because this bodybuilder was raving about the Night RS and how good it was. So Dan came and got in touch with me and said, can I get some Night RS? It is amazing. Why haven't I been told about this before? If you're sleeping better, it's sleeping in a deeper sleep, you're repairing, you're releasing more really key hormones that will help the whole repair issue. It will keep you lean, it will keep you strong, and it will get you repaired. So power, strength, endurance, leanness, Night RS. And it ain't a fortune. It's a very, very good investment for 120 tablets. I think they are about 20 quid. Man. Have a look at it. Make sure it's for you. If you're sleeping like a baby, don't worry about it. Don't bother. But if you're not getting that quality of sleep, I will say that some people who try it for the first time, they get such a deep sleep that they're not used to. They wake up and they feel a bit groggy, kind of that hungover head for about 20 minutes because they've just woken up from a really deep sleep. It's not 100% with everybody, but some people think, oh God, a couple of days that your body will get used to that deep sleep, that refreshing sleep. And like I say, anyone into there, any endurance sport or bodybuilding, Night RS is key. So there's 3 really cool products. Guys, try not to kill yourselves. Try not to break your legs. I went to a university in Liverpool where they had an outbound climbing kind of nutters, and I was in a hall of residence, 10 stories high, and they'd go and get drunk on Guinness in the sort of student bar, and then they'd leave the windows open, and they were all on the 10th floor. They'd all somehow managed to get on the 10th floor. They used to climb drunk outside the building to the 10th floor and into the window and into bed. That is my experience with climbers. So look at your nutrition. Don't climb when you're drunk. Bad idea. I think there was one death every 2 years on that course. Bloody nightmare. Do eat regularly, small, little and often. Get your carbs in you. You guys need that energy. Don't go climbing on this no carb crap. Get your carbs, your fats, your proteins. Support your central nervous system. Another blog, talk about that. But yeah, if you're into your climbing and you're a little bit lost for, are there supplements out there for climbers? Absolutely. 100%. I've just given you 3 really cool supplements. To add into that, if you're really, really serious, get an essential fatty acid. EFA Pro we do is fantastic. It's a mixture of different fish oils. Very, very therapeutic there in terms of anti-inflammatory, energy producing, great with Creavol, as we said, and a good quality multivitamin. I'm in talks with a company now who are potentially developing what I think is one of the best multivitamins on the market, particularly for the sports nutrition market. And as I say, I'm in talks with that. I'm very excited about that because everyone should be taking a multivitamin. But in the meantime, look elsewhere for a multivitamin. There's some good ones out there. Make sure it's not just your, I'll not say certain brand names, your 100% RDAs. You know what? Don't bother. Not you, not the climbers, not the sports nutrition people who need those extra key vitamins and minerals and things. Get a good quality, decent strength one. So we'll talk about that later on. Be safe up on the mountains, be safe in the boulder bunkers and everything like that. Enjoy your sport. I hope this was of some useful information there to you guys. I hope it maybe put you in got you thinking. If I've got you thinking, that's cool. My job's done. If you've learned anything from this, even better. I know you guys will probably know a lot about this and the lactic acid thing, but really push that threshold. That's going to be absolute key to you. And enjoy your climbing. You're all crazy. I'm scared of heights, so enjoy your climbing. Thank you very much for listening, and be safe as always. And always check your carabiners, if that's the right word. See you later. Cheers, guys. Bye.